So in today's video, I thought I would talk about something fun, and this is something that I'm sure a lot of you are excited about, and I just want to talk about the Sephora sale that is happening this week. It is starting on the 24th, which is 2 days from now, and it is called the Sephora Appreciation something. I don't know. A lot of people speculate if this is like their annual VIB sale or if that's still coming in October. But I feel like this is something that they're doing to celebrate their new point award system that they're coming out with. So if you are a Rouge like myself, the sale is starting, like I said, in 2 days. If you are not a Rouge, you can start shopping and get 15% off your purchases from the 30th. So I thought I would just go through some things that I think might be smart to pick up during the sales. And I also want to just tell you what my Sephora loves list is, because I haven't done that yet. So I want to just kind of start with the obvious. I feel like things that never go on sale would be smart to pick up during the sale, if you know what I mean. Like, if there are certain brands like Natasha, denona, Pat McGrath, like really high-end brands that never seem to have any sales on their websites or anywhere else, then this is a good time to pick up the products if you really wanted to try them. So if you've been lusting over that Pat McGrath palette, I think picking it up during the sales would be a great idea. Obviously, it's still going to be expensive, but you'll be saving a little bit of money at least. Another thing that might be a good idea to pick up is the Sephora brand brushes. These brushes are amazing quality. I have so many of them and I really love all of them. So if you've been eyeing any of the Sephora brand brushes, I think during the sale would be a great time to pick them up, because those things never go on sale, and obviously Sephora brands are only sold at Sephora. So if there's anything from the brand in particular, I think now would be a great time to pick some up and maybe try out some new things that you've been wanting to try for a while. And also, if you are into fragrances and perfumes and stuff like that, I think this is also a good time to stock up on the scents that you really like, or again, if there's something new that you want to try, because they are going to be on sale. They usually aren't on sale, and so if you want to save some money on your perfumes, then this would be a great time to do so. I'm sorry if the lighting keeps changing on me, because I film in natural lighting and the clouds kind of come and go right now, so we're just gonna have to deal with that. The next thing on my list is if there are any birthdays or any celebrations coming up, then this would be a great time to pick up a gift for someone that you love, because you'll obviously get it for a lot cheaper. So maybe think ahead a little bit. Even Christmas presents would be a great idea to pick up now, since you get a discount on them, and who knows if there will be another sale in October. So just to make sure, maybe, you know, start thinking about the Christmas presents, or if there are any other special occasions coming up that you might want to buy someone a gift for from Sephora. And the last thing that is on my list that I know I'll be picking up is just restocking on stuff that you know you're going to run out of before the next sale. So for me, that would be eyebrow pens, mascaras, stuff like that that goes bad after a little while, but I wouldn't recommend, you know, buying a bunch of bronzers and stuff for backups, because obviously you're not going to be going through those. But things that you use in your everyday routine, like skincare, moisturizers, even if you need like shampoo and conditioner and stuff like that, is a great time to stock up on. So as for the things that are on my current wish list, these are not all things that I plan on buying at the sales, because if I did, it would come to way too much. But these are just things that I've kind of been lusting over for a while that, you know, I might consider picking up. I might not end up picking them up this time around, but at some point, these are things that I would like to try out. So the first thing on my list is I have the Bad Gal Bang mascara on my list. I do plan on picking a couple of these up during the sale, because I really like this mascara. I just wish it wasn't so expensive. I've talked about this mascara so many times. It dries out really fast on me, and I feel like it's kind of a waste of money, but I love it so much that I'm probably going to buy some anyway. So I just wanted to get that out of the way, because I know I speak of this mascara way too much. So the next thing on my list is the Kat Von D Metal Crush highlighter. These are new, and the one that I really want is in the shade Gamery. I don't know why it's called Gamery, I don't know what that means, but it's basically like a peachy highlighter, and I think it looks stunning. The only problem is that they're $30 and they're really big, and personally I don't really care to have a big highlighter, because I know I'm never going to go through it. So buying a big highlighter is kind of like buying a giant eyeshadow pen. It's just like, it's so unnecessary. So for me, I'll probably never end up getting it, but it's one of those things that's like, I've seen it in the store, I've swatched it, it's gorgeous, I really want it, but there needs to be like a special occasion for me to pick one of those up, but I do really want it. The next thing on my list is another thing that is just so freaking big that I just don't want to spend my money on it, because I know I'll never use it. And this is the Marc Jacobs Omega Coconut Bronzer. I've seen this on so many channels. Everybody seems to love it. I love it. I haven't even tried it yet, but I really want it. I think it looks stunning. I think the shade looks amazing. And the fact that it smells like coconut, I mean, could it get any better? I really want to try that bronzer at some point, and if they come out with a mini, I will be the first one to pick it up, and I can't wait. Also on my wish list is kind of random, but I have this pink mascara from the Sephora brand. I've been kind of into like colorful mascaras lately, especially on my bottom lash line, and I just think it's kind of fun for like a pop of colors, so I wouldn't mind picking this one up. It's pretty cheap, it's only $10, but the problem is that it seems to always be sold out every time I go into a store, and I'm not really an online shopper when it comes to makeup if it's from a store that I can actually go to in real life. Obviously, if I order from like indie brands and stuff, like, yeah, I'm gonna have to order it online, but if I have the chance to go into a store and like feel things and see things, then I know there's a chance that I might change my mind about something, so I prefer to shop in the store, and so that's why I haven't picked this one up, because I've never seen it in the store before. Now the next thing on my list is absolutely ridiculous. Like, I do not need this, but it's the Guerlain Meteorites, the like highlighting powder thing. I just think it looks so fun and so cool. And the fact that it's just like different colored pearls that you swirl your brush in, and then it's sort of like the hourglass finishing powder that I really love. I like the concept of that a lot, and I feel like it's just like so bougie that I want to have it like next to me on my counter and just look at it without even using it. So it's kind of stupid, and it's also $63, but I do feel like those things would last forever, and I kind of feel like at some point I will pick one of those up just because, I don't know, they just seem so fun. I know it's stupid and ridiculous, but I just want one of those. Now one thing that I am actually going to pick up at the sales that I've pretty much decided is the Too Faced Peach Perfect Setting Powder. I've been lusting over this for a while now. I've heard so many good things about it, and I said in a previous video that I have been using the Cover FX powder now for I don't even know how long, and I still have like 3 containers left because I just happened to like get way too many of them. Like, I got one from Influencer, I got one from a friend of mine who didn't like it, and I already had one beforehand, so I'm like not even going through them, and I'm honestly just so sick of those powders. Like, they are good, but I want to try something else. So I will be picking up this Too Faced powder, and I'm really excited about it because I've been wanting this for a while, and I just like makeup that smells good. The next thing on my list is one of the Pat McGrath mini palettes, and especially the pink one. It's called the Subversive Levian Rose eyeshadow palette. I think that's how you say it. I could be way off, but this is like the one palette from her that isn't like half neutral, so I feel like if I got this palette, I would get really good use out of it because I love pink and purple eyeshadows. I think they look stunning, so I do want to pick this eyeshadow palette up. If they do have it in store during the sale, I might actually pull the trigger on it because I've been wanting this for a while, and I'm never going to get a better deal than 20% off, so we'll see when the sale rolls around and I do end up in a Sephora store. If they have it, I might pick it up. Not really sure yet, I haven't decided, but I'd say there's about a 50-50 chance that I end up getting this, at least if not during the sale, maybe during the next VIB sale, but it will be mine eventually. The next thing on my list is actually another powder, and this is the Urban Decay All Nighter Waterproof Setting Powder. I don't have any pressed powders at the moment, and I really want to add one to my collection because loose powders are kind of a pain in the ass, and it would be nice to just have like a pressed powder that I can throw in my purse or whatever if I'm going somewhere for a long time that I need to maybe touch up, or it would also be great for traveling because it wouldn't make so much of a mess. And I know I'm like the least likely person to talk about travel items because in general I think it's stupid to think of items as travel friendly or not, but I do feel like a pressed powder is better to take with you somewhere than if you have a loose powder, and I feel like it's kind of important to have both in your collection, so I might actually pick this one up as well because I've heard a lot of really good things about it. So yeah, I think that would be an interesting purchase for sure. The next thing on my list is my all-time favorite foundation, but it is so expensive. It is the YSL All Hours, what's it called? Longwear Natural Matte Foundation. I love this foundation so much. It is absolutely amazing. It glides on your skin, it doesn't budge. It's really mattifying, which I really like because I tend to be kind of oily throughout the day. So I love this foundation so much. The problem is that the bottle only has 25 mils, which is less than any other foundation on the market that I've ever seen, except for like stick foundations. But as a liquid foundation, this basically has like way less product than anything and is more expensive. It's $54. So Whether or not I'll be picking this up, I don't know, but it is on my loves list because I really love it, and since I'm out of it, I obviously wouldn't mind picking up another one because it is my favorite foundation of all time. The next thing on my list is this Huda Beauty mini liquid lipstick set, and I have not tried Huda Beauty's matte lipsticks before, and I really want to because I've heard that they are really good, and the fact that they come in a mini, I just think that's such a good idea, and I think that every company should have like little mini sample packs that you could buy to try out products. So the one that I'm lusting the most over is this one, and it has some nudes and some pinks. I just think it looks really nice. And for $33, I would definitely pick this up, but again, it's one of those things that I haven't seen them in store before, and I think they are like an online exclusive, so whether or not I'll pick this up, I don't know, but it's another thing on my list that I've been kind of eyeing for a while, and I do want to try Huda Beauty's liquid lipsticks. The other thing on my list is something else that I've heard a lot of people rave about, and this is the Jouer Blush Duos. This one looks like it would look really good on my skin tone. There's a pinkish blush in this one and one more on the peach side, and I think those would look really good. So I might pick this one up. I did just buy a new blush palette from Morphe that I really love and I'm still playing around with, so I honestly don't need any new blushes right now, but if I do see it in store and it's calling my name, I might pull the trigger on it, but we will see. And the last thing on my list is something that I have been eyeing for so long, and it is the Viseart Editorial Brights. You all know this palette. I'm sure you've all seen this palette. If you are on my channel and you love colorful eyeshadows, this is like the top of the pack when it comes to colorful eyeshadows, and I have never heard anybody say anything bad about this palette. It's just so expensive. I mean, it's $80, and honestly, I probably have all these colors in my collection already, or pretty close to it, but the appeal to me is just having them all in one palette, especially since I do work with colors so often, and I use color combinations that aren't just like one color a lot, so it would be a lot easier for me to just pull out one palette if I want to create like a multicolored look. So I'm very drawn to this palette. There is a chance that I will pick this up during the sale. I haven't decided yet. I'm not really one to like make specific lists for things that I'm going to purchase. I kind of like go into the store and I feel it out and I see what it is that is really screaming my name when I'm there. So that was my current Sephora wish list. Obviously that could change at any time whenever a new release comes out or something I see in store, or maybe I'll change my mind about something and I don't want it anymore. So I will do these from time to time because I think it's fun to see what other people are wanting to get. So yeah, let me know down below in the comments which things that you plan on picking up at the sales, if anything. Also let me know what is on your wish list that you've really been lusting over for a long time but you have a hard time pulling the trigger on. I can't wait to read your comments. Thank you so much for watching as always, and I will see you in tomorrow's video. Bye!